Just a thought. I don't know about you, but I wonder if you've ever come across a person named Charity. Now, I know it is the name of a lady who acts in Emmerdale, if you ever watch Emmerdale, but Charity would not be in the top girls' names that you have. I believe it's Olivia. But Charity, what is it? Well, a charity, of course, is an organization. We talk about charities that engage in raising relief for the poor and on funds and so on. But charity is also generosity and helpfulness, especially to those who perhaps are needy or suffering. Now, I don't know if you've ever thought very much about charity, but I believe the most money that's been used by a charity walk by an individual is nearly 33 million pounds. And it was, of course, achieved by Captain Sir Tom Moore at the end of last year, December 2020. He walked 100 lengths of his 25-meter garden before his 100th birthday. And then other folks who you think of in charity, we think of Marcus Rashford, of course. Remember him for his campaign for free meals for children. He changed the government's mind. It's estimated that as a footballer, he earns about 16 million. But a part of his child poverty campaign, he gave 20 million pounds. But I love stories also that of the ordinary. This is a picture of Jimmy Dean Hudson, just age 7 from Southend, and he wanted to help people at a time when, you remember that period where everybody's running around trying to get toilet rolls. So he was going to spend his pocket money on toilet rolls. And his mum, Tracy, said that those he helped were extremely grateful. And she said that he knows we have less toilet rolls around at the moment. So he went to our local shop and bought 60 to 70 toilet rolls and then went out giving them to people on our road. Or think of this young man from Australia, aged 8, Adrian Young, who was on a mission in his town of Tuawama to look after the homeless with special care packages he put together. But is charity only that? What if we don't have anything ourselves or very little? Jesus, who Christians believed lived on this earth, he lived at a time when the country had about 600 laws or commandments they were following. One day Jesus was asked, what's the greatest commandment? And Jesus replied, love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength, and love your neighbor as yourself. And he told a story of a man called a Samaritan. And the Samaritan was a foreigner who lived in a country, yet sadly, who racially looked down on these foreigners as second-class citizens. But it was this foreigner who, when someone got into trouble, who went out and instead of the locals who just walked past on the other side, it was this foreigner that gave his own money, his own time, his energy, work in a place of danger to help this stranger. Jesus tells that story and says, who's the one who was neighborly? It was that stranger. It was that Samaritan. There's one part of the Bible that's well known, we read it at weddings. Love is patient, love is kind, love doesn't seek for itself, but for others. Actually, in its original translation in English, instead of the word love, it uses the word charity. It's maybe like this. So charity is kind, charity is patient, and so on. So what motivates people to give? And of course, it can be need when we see a need. But the root of all motivation is that we care. For me as a Christian, I have two motivations. One is for God, to love God with all my heart, mind, and strength. So that's I know he's thrilled when I share my heart, my life, and my money and my talents. But I'm also called, and this is for every one of us, I'm called to love and care for people, to love my neighbor. So what is it for you? You may see a need that's physical, homelessness, poverty. You can meet that need in some way, however small it is. Maybe it's an emotional or mental need of loneliness and anxiety. How can we care and show charity there? Whatever the need is, we're encouraged to care. Remember, we're equally called to show charity, caring, being gentle and patient. It doesn't have to be money, although that does help. It can be our time, our energy, our passions, our possessions, anything that shows love and care. Here's the key question. What do I have that I can give? Spend a few moments in groups answering that question. Just a thought.